Looks like September closes green. Bears try to force under 108,000 and failed so far. Even with negative ETF flows, they couldn't bring us down. We're now pressing the 114 to 116,000 area, and I'll show you why this zone decides Q4 and how max pain at 114,000 and the gamma band explain the chop and how Vpvr maps the next move. For entries, exits, and validations in real time, VIP $20 a month, comment VIP, and hit follow. Bitcoin over the weekend decided it wanted to move back up into this value area right here. And as you can see, and I'll expand on the VRBP and what these lines really mean. Point of control, all right. Essentially, once it's in here, it magnetizes into this area, the point of control, where the highest volume has been done in this area, in the seeable area. Okay, and so that's where we're headed to right now. 115 and a half. Right now we're 114, 420, 114.4. Right, we are above the 50 EMA, which was at 113,000. Right, and just so you know, the resistance 113, we ripped through that. Next area of resistance 104, just above this, 114.7, and then point of control at 115.5. Okay, just above that, 116.2, 116.2 right there. And if we can clear this area right through here, then value area high, the VAH right here at 119,000 comes into play. Okay, once we break out of there, then we're in the really rare air. Okay, really have to just get above 120, and then we can see about price discovery again. Okay, price discovery, because we'll make a run at this previous all-time high. All right, but first things first, let's see if we can hold above the 50 EMA, this blue line right here. All right, max pain is also at 114,000, right where we're at. Okay, into month end, so price gravitates to max pain, so we get pin and chop near 114 unless we can accept above, which pin and chop basically means you go up, wick, come back down to this area. We go down, wick, come back down, come back up to this area. Okay, pin and chop. Gamma, we are currently in positive gamma pocket near spot. Market makers dampen volatility here. So what that means is around here you can expect pretty much just chop. Okay, you don't expect big moves through here. Once we get out of this area, either to the downside or to the upside, then the movement tends to accelerate. Okay, tends to accelerate, and that acceleration happens above this point of control right here. Okay, around 116 to 118,000. This area up here, some part. Heat map. Liquidity for the heat map is above 114 to 118,000. So there is liquidity to be had here, right? And let me show you. I like to look at it on the weekly. All right, we came up and got all this liquidity up above here. Okay, 114,000. Notice how there's liquidity over here, down here at 108,000. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind is that futures, this chart, Bitcoin CME futures opened up a little gap right here at 111,000. Numbers to keep in mind, okay? Numbers to keep in mind if they keep on popping up. Possibility that we might come back down, right? For now, we'll see. Keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. Back to the heat map, right? So you can see there is liquidity to be had here, but there is liquidity to be had up above, right? So let's see which direction. Right now, the path of least resistance, I think, is still up, right? There's still 101 million and at 100, almost 115,000 to get this liquidity. You don't think they're gonna try? They're so close. You don't think they're gonna try to get up there? Probably they will. So the magnets below 111,000, okay, and 114 to 118. All right, so those are pretty much the magnets. Above 114 to 118. Okay, so my one-line bias, I'm pretty much neutral, slightly bullish, into 114, 116 acceptance. Talking about Bitcoin. All right, so I think we're gonna try to get here to this point of control. Okay, if we reject, obviously we're gonna retest this 50 EMA. All right, and if we don't keep that, then obviously we're gonna retest this again. Right, more than likely, if that is the case, I don't see it dropping too much because it'll probably be higher than this area right here. All right, somewhere up here. Right, so keep that in mind. But if we can make it through this area, then after we get past 116, right around here, 17, then yeah, we could probably make a run at this. And we really want to get over this. Okay, That's when good things happen, once we're up over this area right here. Now, as I mentioned last week, the Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs are mostly green. Ethereum had a green week. I mean, mostly red. Mostly red outflows. All right, Ethereum had all 5 days. Bitcoin had, I believe, Wednesday. Wednesday was the only green day. Okay, so there is that. There's a the lining, right? The positive lining is look at the price movement. Okay, so price resilience with CVD negative, CVD right here negative, and OI rising. Right, all of this says that there's more buyers than sellers, really. Okay, so I mean the sells were being absorbed, right? And that shows strength. Okay, it wasn't spot ETF demand, right? All those sells were being absorbed as we're moving up. Let's see if that holds. Okay, the move is real, but flow dependent at 115.8 thousand to 116.2, either squeeze on break or trap on rejection. So we're kind of at this area right here. Let's see. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. Ethereum, we got to take a look at what's going on there, right? Ethereum, same type of thing, bouncing off this 3,800. Okay, back up at this 50 EMA, 4,200, more or less. Let's see if we can continue this. If not, then we're probably bouncing, and I don't know that we come all the way back down to 3,800. It depends on what Bitcoin does. But right now, the fight is right here, 4,200. We'd like to see it get above that, right? That would open up a lot. That would open us up to probably 45, and then eventually back up to 5,000 again. All right, but first we got to get past this 50 EMA, and then this zone right here, more or less at 4,500, 4,400. Okay, but we're just below this 50 EMA, so this is going to be important. Right now, this is telling me the Bitcoin first leadership until Ethereum BTC can get above this as well, right? We're same type of thing. We're at the 50 EMA. If we can get above 0.037, then altcoins could catch a bid. All right, and that's what we want to see. Speaking of altcoins, let's take a look. What's going on? Everything is rebounding, right? Bitcoin, Ethereum rebound. The rest of the market does. Bring your attention to this point of control right here for Mr. Miggles. All right, this is where most of the volume was done, in this area between this green line and this red line, with the point of control being in the middle. All right, first we got to get past 0.023 for Miggles, and then ideally come back in above 0.025. If we get back above, then we mean that I would assume we would start trying to test 3 cents, and from there we'd have to see what happens. Okay, so a couple of things: 0.023, 0.025, getting back into this value area, and then 3 cents. All right, so let's see what happens. We need some volume. Everything looks all right. Miggles, great project. Okay, I always listen in to the AMAs, or not the AMAs, the spaces on X, but the team. Definitely, if you're considering Miggles, then you should want to go in and take a listen to see what the team has to say, okay, and how they sound. Toshi could be the one, right? Toshi could be the one that really kills it clearly, right, in this high value area, right? This is the upper value area high, the value area low, point of control, and we are above the 50 and the point of control. Very good. Kind of sandwiched in here. If we lose this area, then yeah, we could risk maybe dropping back down here to 3060, but right now it's so strong right now for Toshi, right? Even the chart looks really good. 3074 right now. My bias would be to the upside. Obviously, if the rest of the market does what it should do, hopefully keep moving up, then I think Toshi will do the same thing. I'll be buying in the zones. For Toshi, it's a good area to buy. Miggles, same type of thing. Obviously using this strategy of DCA, guys. All right, let's see what's up with KeyCat. See, as you can see, KeyCat's as Miggles, like Miggles, is outside of this area right here. All right, Toshi is right above this point of control, right? We just saw where we have some work to do here, but luckily there's not too much in way of resistance until we get to the point of control. I mean, to get back in here, we'd have to get above 0041. Okay, first area would be in 2036. I think that would be relatively easy to get through because we've done it already right here. Okay, so you can see this for KeyCat, lost it, but I think the next real fight is at 0041, because the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA are also in this area too. So there's going to be a lot of resistance there, but KeyCat can move. Keyboard cat can definitely move. It doesn't take much, right? So right now I see right here evidence of sideways, right? This thing is going basically sideways right now, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down, sideways. This is where I would want to be nibbling, right? That's where I want to be nibbling right now, because I think that's probably where the local low is. I think we're at local lows across the board. Dogged me, same thing, approaching, right? Again, sideways. So I mean, this would probably be the local lows. Approaching this value area, the lower part, okay, value area low, right here at 3044. We'll have to see what happens there. If it gets through, then the next area would be the 50 EMA, but I think more than anything, the 3050, this point of control right here, this yellow line. So I mean, buying right now, great. I think local bottom. Let me explain this Vpvr. Okay, let me explain it this way. Right, we're gonna use the Mr. Miggles. Actually, no, let's go back to Bitcoin. We'll use this right here. All right, so this is the Vpvr. Okay, it shows where volume transacted by price. Point of control right here. This yellow line on Bitcoin on the daily, right? And this moves, this changes based on what we're showing, right? Because if we show more data, then it'll adjust based on the data that we see. Okay, see, there you go, see, and it adjusts a little bit like that. And so we want to focus here, do that, and it will adjust. Basically, this inside here is the 70%. 70% of this visible area, the most volume was done through this area here, So, point of control, price with the most volume, often an equilibrium magnet. Okay, so we can infer that when we're in this area, it wants to come to this point of control from up or from down. Okay, value area high right here. This is the green line. Top of value above equals premium. Value area low. Bottom of value below equals discount. Right now, how we use it now. So if you hold value area low, like we did here, then you look for mean reversion to the point of control, like we're doing currently. All right, wow, crazy how that works. If we reclaim and hold the point of control, then the path to the value area high or expansion is next. Okay. Now you pair that with max pain at 114,000 and the gamma pocket where we currently are, basically, to know when chop should give way to trend. And right now we're in an area where we'll likely see chop unless it decides, right? Unless it can break through that gamma pocket that we're currently in right now. That's pretty much it. All right, so some scenarios. Okay, so Bitcoin acceptance over 116,000, right? 116,000 right around here, with the CBD improving. Okay, so we'd have to be watching the CBD improving, and funding uptick. We could see 118 to 120,000. Okay, top of this value area high. This area, it's 119. So in between right here. Okay, the upper part. Bear case, reject right around here, 115,000, 116, with OI adding and funding uptick. Then 111,000 comes into play. 111,000 is also where this CME futures gap is. So keep that in mind. And if we can't hold that 111,000, then maybe 109, 108,000 sweep. And we'd get some liquidity. The market makers would get some liquidity there. All right, guys, let's see what happens. You guys are caught up right now for exact triggers, entries and exits, and invalidations the moment they fire. You know, at VIP, 20 bucks a month. Come check us out. Comment VIP, hit follow, link in bio. See you before the next move. See you in the next one Friday.